to the Norm Hyperbolic Podcast. We're here to talk anime, video games, and movies. I am your host, X, also known as Young Morgan Freeman. And with me, as always, is my co-host, Kid Lewis.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up? It's your boy, Kid Lewis. Welcome back to the pod, to the Hyperbolic Podcast. Ooh, I'm so excited, man. How you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good.
You feeling good?
Feeling sterile.
Feeling sterile?
Feeling
oh,
sterile.
Yeah, we got hands up, bro.
Hands up, bro.
Anyways, so today we got a special episode. We're going to dive into the body like Osmosis Jones.
Okay.
And what better than bring a special guest? And today we have Effy, our personal nurse.
Guys?
What's up,
man?
Effy?
Yo,
What's good, Effy?
ready to get into this body.
Let's do it.
Ready to dive in?
Ready to dive in.
Are you sterile?
I'm sterile.
All right, man. So yeah, like Lewis said, we're going to be talking about cells at work in this
Sir.
episode. The anime, video games, and movies. I also have information about the real reason why Toonami was canceled. Spoiler alert, it's money.
It's money.
It's money.
It's always money.
It's always
bro.
money.
I have information about a board game and toy cinematic universe. And then at the end, we're going to wrap it out with why you shouldn't be sleeping on Paramount.
Dang.
If you're watching this on YouTube, leave us a like. If you're listening to this on your podcast platform of choice, leave us a 5-star review with a compliment sandwich. The doctors are in the house.
Yes.
Is there a doctor in the house?
No, there isn't. But there's nurses.
I mean, I saw Osmosis Jones. I'm practically a doctor.
Yeah, bro. You graduated.
I got it.
You get a Tylenol for anything.
Yeah, just
pop a little Tylenol.
yeah,
You're good.
rub some Tylenol on it.
Yeah.
You're good.
What's that
man.
thing? Vips Vapor Rub. You know, mom always give you.
Yeah, it's Vicks Paparu.
Vicks. All right, man. Jump into the news, bro. Let us know what's going on.
All right, so last week's news today. First, in the realm of anime. So, millennium fans of Cartoon Network and those who saw/listened to our Toonami episode on Spotify and video version on YouTube will know that in 2008, Adult Swim had to cancel their Toonami time block. Effy, were you a Toonami millennium, or do you remember Toonami?
I do not. That's the thing.
All right, so Toonami was it was on the Cartoon Network, and basically it kind of put us all 90s kids and older onto anime. You know, if all you did was watch cartoons on TV back
it
then.
was played on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
Like after midnight sometimes.
But it broadcasted anime to us. It had, we had a whole episode on it going over the first 10 years. We do have part 2 coming out, I think.
Probably this season. It's coming.
It's coming. So at the end of this season, we're going to be talking about the next 10 years of Toonami. So I'm kind of going to save most of it for then. But in an interview with Complex, Jason DeMarco, one of the creators of Toonami, gave us the real reason why it was canceled. And so I'm just going to read his quote.
Go for it.
Looking back, it was probably when we went from being 5 days a week to just on Saturdays. And then he says there was this wave, and it receded because the bottom fell from behind the home video market. So there was this 5-year explosion of home video where Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and then Spirited Away won the Oscars that year. That was kind of like inflating the numbers. Basically, what I was trying to say with that is they thought DVDs were like a good way to track success with TV shows. So Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, fucking Spirited Away came out. All these there was an explosion of DVD sales, and then it kind of like went away. Anime wasn't as profitable because nobody was buying anime box sets of DVDs.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to end that with, do you guys think that streaming is going to be the new home video market?
Oh, definitely, bro.
Yeah.
We're already in that era.
Yeah.
But is
Look
that
how many platforms it's already out? Like we got Netflix, HBO Max, we got Peacock, we got Paramount now, we got
there's anime on all of those, but is that a good measure of how successful what anime is doing? Because how many people are streaming Solo Leveling,
a lot of people,
Chainsaw
like
Man,
you were saying, man, a lot of people are not buying DVDs like they did before. You know what I mean? So
Unless
there's no
collector.
real way of tracking that. And if people do buy it, it's more of like a collection thing. You know what I mean? I mean, if I bought something like Spirited Away on DVD, it's just to have it as a collection, or maybe one day when the world ends and the Wi-Fi falls apart and I just want to watch Spirited Away, I just pull out the DVD case like old fashioned and just pop it in. You know what I mean? Like
Or cassette, whichever one.
Oh yeah, like I said, a big record player of my Spirited Away.
But I think yes, I think that's a general way for them to measure if it's doing good.
But is that a good way to measure?
Yes, everybody has some type of media platforms.
Yeah,
what do you think, Effy?
At least, like how you were saying, how each anime is popping out in their own streaming service. For example,
Right.
Netflix created Castlevania, derived from the video games, from the books, and then it was put out in, you know, more of a well-known streaming service, Netflix, and of course a lot of people liked it and actually were upset that there was only 4 episodes to begin with.
Right.
And then now they have 4 seasons, and they have also Nocturna just came out, which is already saying that they're going to have an official release of the 2nd season. When it will come out, I don't know, but that is one of those animes that's been pronounced in that Netflix. Another one that I recently started watching was I think it's called Ninja Akami. I think it is
Ninja Kamo,
something like that. Yeah, it's on Max.
Yes.
And so it's also very nice, blood and glory. You know, it's coming out much more because I feel like Max is more of a adult audience type of. You know, there's not many
get away with
kids.
more.
There's more sports stuff there.
They have all the Studio Ghibli on HBO Max.
Right.
They do, but like typically like HBO,
it's more
Max
galore.
They're allowed to do a lot more. I don't know. I do agree that because that's the way we view it, and I prefer that, like instead of having to go on like these sketchy sites and get it for free. But that's what was happening like around 2008 when Toonami got canceled, was that people were going on the internet to get all these things and they didn't want to wait until the show, you know, had a box set. So then to them, anime wasn't very profitable and they canceled it. So I don't know how soon until that comes back again, where, you know, there's like I have HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, but then I don't have Paramount. So then there's a really good anime that's on Paramount and nobody's watching it because nobody has Paramount. So then everybody's like downloading it illegally, and then they cancel it because they're like, okay, well, nobody's paying. Your anime is really good, but nobody's paying to watch it, so we're gonna cancel it. Right. So
yeah, because even Crunchyroll now just took over Funimation, because I had both, and then because I had Funimation, Crunchyroll, how do you call this, gave me a premium account now because I had that. So now I have access to even more things. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I didn't, you know, for them to like do that for me.
Yeah. No, we're big on Crunchyroll here too. So, but I don't know.
And I was just gonna say that too. Like with Crunchyroll, I'm assuming that's how they also dictate like how good their anime is doing. Because if it's on Crunchyroll and people watch it, then they can see like, oh, okay, we're getting like 10,000, 20K, 40K views a day on just this anime itself.
Yeah.
But I do see like why some of these anime companies are pushing their content towards like the bigger platforms like Netflix, HBO Max and stuff like that, instead of just being Crunchyroll, because not a lot of people fuck with Crunchyroll.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. When we did our streaming service episode, we like put up the numbers against Hulu and even Prime, you know,
and Netflix was like competing, like they were like
they were the top. Yeah. I mean, they've been here the longest.
As a producer, like if I'm making an anime content, I would rather give it to Netflix, because Netflix has the bigger audience, and that way I can like get more people to watch my shit. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, and I think like slowly, I feel like low key, I'm not trying to be mean, but I think slowly like Crunchyroll is gonna like disappear, because I've been seeing a lot of news article about how Netflix is taking over the anime game.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
So,
I mean,
as a content producer or as like an anime house, I'd rather just sell off the, you know what I mean, the rights to Netflix so that they can air it.
Yeah, but you think Netflix knows anime more than Crunchyroll, bro?
They don't, but I mean, they got the numbers. And at the end of the day, it's all a business.
No, I know.
So if a fucking anime house can do better numbers with Netflix than Crunchyroll, where do you think they're gonna head at?
Yeah, it's more about, remember how we were talking about earlier, it's who has the right eyes, who's looking at the, you know, which eyes are looking at what platform.
Yeah, man.
Or just the amount as well.
I just think Crunchyroll needs to like not step up their game, but
they do though.
But they have been, and almost like, you know, and I feel like that's gonna be my thing now. I'm gonna be always talking about this J. Cole Kendrick Lamar thing. But just like J. Cole, you know, I feel like there was the demand to like, you know, for him to get back in the gym and you know, perfect his craft. And you know, I've been seeing it with Crunchyroll. Like they tightened up, like their interface is a lot better now. Their site is a lot more easier to maneuver. And I do have a list now. I can save my progress, where before I wasn't able to do that. So
at least I think what would be a good idea, because you know how Disney took over Hulu, and so they had like, let's say a dual streaming service. I was like, oh, if you get Netflix, you get also this and such for this price.
It kind of is like that.
So
with Hulu, like with Hulu, you can bundle in your Crunchyroll all in the same thing, like with Disney Plus.
Okay.
So I think it won't disappear, but I think it will just like kind of be absorbed. Yeah. Like Crunchyroll bought Funimation, but I don't know if like what can they buy next? They only
depends how much money they have.
Be bought.
I mean, as a company, like if I was the owner of Crunchyroll, I wouldn't want to be like put in a bubble. Like I want to be my own anime entity.
Corporation.
You know what I mean? Like if you want anime, you come to us. Fuck Netflix.
Right.
HBO Max. Like, you come to us.
I should look
We're
into
the
it.
dawn. You feel me?
I don't know.
Kiss the ring before you even present an anime at any other platform. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
Like if I was like CEO of
Get crunched by Crunchyroll,
right?
bro?
Exactly. You want to be a crunch, nigga?
you know why we call it Crunchyroll?
I'll show you.
I'll show you the crunch.
Hey.
That's what I'm trying to say, man. So
So I don't know if Crunchyroll has any original anime. That's another thing too.
they don't.
So-
But we're also discussed that Netflix doesn't have, even though they say it's like,
right.
Netflix
But that's what I'm saying. It's
original,
how
it's
you,
not a Netflix.
it's how you
original.
produce it
Lies.
though. But they produce it. If they produce maybe like 10%, half or whatever, then yeah, they're like,
No,
oh,
they-
put my name on that.
They don't produce anything. They just
No, they
own
just
the
buy it?
rights. Yeah, they buy the rights and then they just slap their logo on it.
Hey, man.
And call it a day.
You gotta own your masters.
right. It's a slavery world we're living in.
Oh no, not Crunchyroll.
All right, man.
All right.
What's next?
So next, in the realm of video games. So during CinemaCon 2024, Lionsgate announced that Margot Robbie's production company, Lucky Chap, and a few others are going to be producing a Monopoly movie. So a movie about Monopoly.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think I saw that because you said of Barbie being
Yep.
so successful, and what was the other movie? I mean, Monopoly is a huge board game. It's like one of the biggest board games you
Yeah.
can play, and there's so many like spin-offs. Like, you know how you got me like the Dragon Ball one for Christmas?
I know, yeah. My cousin, he has like a Monopoly in every flavor, like or every skin, and it's the same game. But
Just different stuff.
yeah, there's even like local Monopolies that we have.
I know, man, and it's just a game that it's I don't know. I have fun with it. Sometimes
Do you?
I don't
Have you
actually
ever-
like the board game.
Have you ever finished a game of Monopoly?
I have not.
No.
It always
Have you
ends
ever
up
finished?
You never
some
finish.
side-
Listen,
you never
something-
finish.
You
man.
always, tear up families or tear up friends
Right,
for that
right.
game.
It's always something like, bro, like,
Yeah.
sell me your fucking property, bro.
Yeah.
You need the money. I'm helping you. I'm giving you an extension, my man. Nah, man, I'm good. Next row. Next. I'm like, all right, man. All right.
I know.
Don't say I ain't warn you.
Take you to jail now.
I gotta seize your property.
Yes, man. Sometimes
bro.
it's better to go in jail. You have to fucking pay any rent.
Yes.
Right?
Hey,
Makes
three-
you think, right? In real life, like, damn, should I
Yeah.
go to jail? I don't
Three
gotta
meals
pay
a-
no
three
fucking
meals a
rent,
day.
3 meals a day.
I got I don't know about back quarters how they are.
I know
but,
my homies visit me, every time they roll in.
I'll tell you, man. Plus, they also have like, me personally, I like playing it like on my PlayStation 5 with
Monopoly?
family. Yeah.
Really? Oh, like
It's just so much
game night?
easier, yeah. Because
Yeah.
you don't have to set up the board, you don't have to do the whole cash and like
Yeah.
Unless
the
you try to be more
cards. You just-
traditional, right?
You just play digitally.
Yeah, I have played like recently where they have it, or you have like a credit card, or like your money is saved
I
in the card.
remember that when
Yeah.
that came out with the credit card feature.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yo, that was
Because you
dope.
lose the money towards
Yeah.
how many games you play.
Yeah, really.
And the paper is very flimsy, so that shit is like,
Yeah, you do. The game is just fucking converting money like through the
especially
bank.
when you're playing, your palms are getting sweaty, and then you get in on the money,
Yeah.
and then like the paper ain't.
Like, yo, why is there
That's
blood on this
crisp.
$500 bill?
This little $5 bill,
It's dirty
too
money?
sweaty, bro.
It's dirty money,
wet.
bro.
Stripper money, man.
So Hasbro, who owns most of your childhood games, they actually own Monopoly. This Monopoly movie, they planned for it to come out like a bunch of times before. So it was supposed to happen before in 2008 with Ridley Scott. She's the director of Alien, Napoleon, and Blade Runner.
Mhm.
Then in 2015, they were going to do one with Kevin Hart back when he was doing 10 movies a year.
10 movies a year.
So, but with Margot Robbie,
You're
her Barbie movie, popping off, that it looks pretty good for this Monopoly movie. And she's also announced that she's going to be doing a movie with The Sims. So,
Oh yeah.
So,
So there's,
and
oh yeah.
have
I
you
heard about
seen
that one.
Barbie yet?
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
Have you seen the movie, bro?
I've seen it. Why are you
Have you
asking me like that, man? Yes, I've seen
You
it.
haven't seen
I
it?
haven't seen it yet.
So in the movie, the Barbie
It's on
Land,
HBO Max. That's why
it
I've
is.
seen it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the other one. I thought the other one was gonna be
Oppenheimer? Yeah, I don't know where they'd put
I
that.
thought that was gonna be on HBO Max. I'm like, oh, they have Barbie. Why
Yeah.
not have Oppenheimer?
They should.
I was actually excited to watch that one, and I'm waiting for fucking Godzilla -1
What? Oh, just for wherever.
for wherever platform shows up.
I think it should be
I thought
maybe
it was
Max.
HBO Max too.
Yeah, but it's a different company that owns that Godzilla.
I know. I've been waiting for that one to come out too.
You said -1?
-1, yeah. It was really, really good.
I think that one's on Apple TV.
Really?
I
Is it?
think so.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think I might have seen the trailer on it at least.
Oh,
We'll check it out.
I would check it out, yeah, just in case.
Well, so in the Barbie movie, there's like a Barbie world, and like it's like very, I don't want to say fourth wall or meta, but basically imagine every game has like a world, and they kind of set that up in the Barbie movie. So there could be like this Monopoly world or a world that is just Sims, but Margot Robbie,
being able to like leave your like
just
jump back that world and come to like the real world. That's why like when the Barbie left the Barbie world and came to like California, she was able to go to like the actual company that created Barbie or is like managing Barbie.
So I think there's going to be like this board game universe.
Would it be like real life or more like
it's real life? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I'm at like with the Monopoly character. I bet like Mr. Mustache or whatever they call him. I bet he comes to America and then does his own Monopoly or we'll see how
or tries or like try to take over buy property and stuff like that. Like
seize your property.
Seize your property or come up to your house knocking on the door and you see this man with the monocle eye or glasses with the mustache on top hat. He's like, yo, you owe me 500, bro.
Like, oh shit, Mr. Peanuts?
Damn, bro. You owe me 500, bro. Don't play with my money.
So I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys have any like board games that you would like to see turned into a movie?
A movie?
Do you think?
Life.
Have you ever played the game of life?
Board game?
Yeah.
Like
the game of life, a movie?
Would you spin? You have like children and shit. And you got a little minivan and you just stack them up. That was one of my favorite games, man.
Really?
I don't know why. I just liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
You get to pick like you go to college or you go straight to work.
Right. And then if you go to college, you're at an advantage, but then you have to pay out this debt.
Yeah. Versus just going straight to work. Like you also have like a disadvantage of probably not making as much.
Yeah.
But also the advantage that you might land a good, decent job and then you'll make like more cash. Yeah. Plus children, and life happens. You feel me? Divorce. I think you can get a divorce too.
Oh yeah.
She takes half of it, and you're like,
my God.
like,
oh man.
Then when like the end of the game is the retirement, and then you got to count how much money you have at the end. And she took half, bro. Like I was gonna win.
What about you, Effy?
I think chess would be a really cool one to see.
Chess,
because when I think of chess, it reminds me of like Jumanji. It reminds me of all these other movies that they created, before. And then I think chess, you can actually, each character can actually have its own like type of you could say behavior or like its own character form. You have the rook, you have the knight, you have the king, you have so many. It's like a battle story you can just come up with.
Would you do it in knights, like actual knights, or would it be like
I think it would be better to do more like an actual knights type of thing.
Yeah,
give it more like a medieval touch, but then still have that type of rustic chess feel to it.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. Well, so just to end that, Monopoly Go, a mobile game, has earned over $2 billion in less than a year.
Damn.
So Monopoly is still pretty hot right now.
I don't think they're ever gonna drop, bro. It's like just one of those classic board games.
I don't know, man, but yeah, I think
just like Uno.
But do you think
or Jenga?
Those are just like classics, bro.
I feel like young people play those games though. I don't know how many young people still play Monopoly. Like they try to make it quick with like the debit card and like this mobile game or whatever. But I do agree though. I think it will just never go away. Just Monopoly. Like
what's the other one? Sorry. It's always the other one too.
Yeah.
I haven't played Sorry in a while, man. I don't even know if people are still playing Sorry. That's the one with the little bubble thing in the middle. That you
There's a bunch of board games, and there's always new board games coming out as well. But like these old, I don't want to say old head board games, but
the OG one.
What's the OG board game that you played lately?
A new board game? I played mad board games, bro.
I play some of them, but I feel like sometimes they get too complex. You know what I mean? Like just like
I like it.
If you roll a 3, you got to jump the hoop. But if you miss the hoop, then you got to roll a 2. But if that 2 don't turn into a 5, are you really adding? Like,
is this your own board game?
I don't know.
Is this a Kickstarter for your board game?
Yes, bro. I just got complex, bro. You get the rule book.
No, man. I mean, they are a bit complex. You do have to kind of know what you're going into. Just off the vibe. Like there's the ones that for the complex games, if you want like a quick game. I sometimes keep board games in my book bag that are just like a deck of cards,
just in case the party gets a little dull.
Yo, you guys want to play some Sushi Go?
What the fuck is that?
It's a game. We should play it.
It's a play.
All right. So then last in the realm of movies. So a lot of the news that I was able to pull for this episode came out of this CinemaCon. So I have three bits of news and I kind of fired through it. But CinemaCon 2024 in Las Vegas, Paramount Pictures confirmed that they're producing a bunch of movies.
Okay.
This first one that I'm going to talk about is a crossover between the Transformers movies and G.I. Joe.
Well, that's what they're leading from their last movie, The Beast.
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast, yeah.
So have you seen that movie?
I saw the movie, but how would they even transfer that type of universe?
Well, they already done it through the comic books.
Oh,
So
that's so.
yeah, they did it through the comic books. But have you seen the G.I. Joe movies?
I have, yes, like the ones like the live actions.
Yeah,
I've seen those.
yeah. They could just imagine they're in the same world.
Okay,
Like,
that'd be interesting. Bots and then super agents.
right. So I mean, I wasn't really big into the G.I. Joes as far as like not military men, but like army men. But at least in the movies, and
Saber was playing with Ken back in the days.
nah, I'm more of an action figures. So I had my Spider-Man kick Ken's ass.
You were an Alan? Hey, bro, Alan was the only one in that fucking movie. I was like, yo, I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here. I can't.
Oh, so you saw that movie.
I told you I saw it, bro. Why are you just...
Nah, just playing. But no, man, freaking in the G.I. Joe movies, it's a lot, and in the comics, it is a lot more than just army guys. Like they do have attack helicopters and suits and underwater stuff, but basically they're doing this crossover. It's not going to be like a end game type shit, but that's what they're trying to build to. A lot of these movie companies want to build to like a cinematic universe, like one movie that plugs 3 movies in the same movie. And
so they're trying to kind of like copy Marvel in a way.
Yeah, because it's been very successful. And even like with the Godzilla movies, like they're trying to do the same thing. Like Godzilla's in King Kong's movie, King Kong's in Godzilla's movie.
But even so, like even when the first Godzilla came out, like in black and white, they always were gonna have some type of like King Kong come into that. Like that was
Well, yeah, you want them to fight. Like you want the monsters to fight other monsters. You want the heroes to have their own stories. Then they team up and they fight, and then they fight somebody else. So I don't know what the common goal is or the common enemy is, but at least with this Transformers G.I. Joe movie, they're trying to be very ambitious with it. So Steven Spielberg, the producer of The Rise of the Beasts, he's going to be on this movie. Lorenzo di Bonaventura, the producer of the G.I. Joe movies, and even Michael Bay is going to be on this new movie. So he was a producer of the first live action Transformers.
Yeah.
So they say it's in the early stages of pre-production with a 2026 release date at the earliest. And then like Lewis said, in 87, Marvel produced a comic that had a crossover. Then they're also doing Shell Shocker, which is a live action R-rated adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Last Ronin.
Really? Oh.
So they're pretty cool.
They're doing that movie.
I would love to see that, man.
Yeah, live action R-rated.
I would definitely love to see that.
So there was also supposed to be like a video game coming out for that comic, like in the style of God of War Ragnarok, but they were facing a lot of delays since Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and they've been doing a lot of layoff.
Oh, really?
A lot of these companies are laying a lot of people off.
Yeah, it's happening all over, but
not here at the Norm headquarters. We're not laying nobody off.
No, we're actually hiring. So
we're hiring. So if you want to work for us,
if you want to
hit us up,
help edit some videos. Originally, that video game was going to be released this year, 2024, but they laid off like half of the people from these companies. Even the Saints Row, that company got fucking canned. There was this game called Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's just not happening. And Black Forest Gaming. So they're still making it, but it's going to be delayed because they went from like 100 employees to 50.
Wow. Yeah. Everybody's double time.
Yeah. And then the last thing from Paramount, and these are all Paramount, is that there's a musical coming out by the creators of South Park, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, that they're teaming up with Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Yeah.
You must be excited.
I'm fucking crazy excited, bro. So
you must be excited.
So the first musical that I ever been to was The Book of Mormon, which is produced by the same people, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. That musical is actually like really, really funny, and it's it's a good musical. So I know I feel like I always talked about, at least in the earlier episodes, about like an anime musical. I don't think I'm super into it, but I'm definitely like open to like
the idea
of going to. But I want to go to the theater to see it. I want to be part of the experience. Like I don't know. I go into the movies and I like them cleaning it up and things like that, but I do like how raw stage is, like, because they still have to like sell it as far as like a scene.
Yeah, of course.
South Park is also like doing big things with Paramount. A lot of their latest shit is Paramount exclusives. And Trey, Matt, and Kendrick also worked together on that music video that he did for The Heart Part 5. So that video where he's like, his face is changing and he turns into, what is it, O.J. Simpson and Kanye West and Will Smith. So that was, it was directed by Dave Free, somebody from Kendrick's production company, PG Lang. But the technology was from a company owned and started by the South Park people.
Wow.
So, they've been working together for a hot minute, and it seems like they're going to be doing like big things.
That's
and
cool, bro.
And I'm big into
That's it.
K-Dot and South Park. So I just love these two groups, and to see them work together, I think that shit is fucking
dream come true.
Yes, man.
Kung Fu Kenny, that's all you, bro.
Yeah. All right. So you ready for the meat and potatoes, bro?
You ready for the meat and potato? I'm ready for grub, man. Are you ready to grub?
Ready for grub?
Ready?
Grub.
Gonna eat some hospital food.
Oh,
Turkish sandwich. What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right.
All right. So cells at work.
Yes, sir.
It was
at work. We're working these cells.
We work for you.
Yes. So it was a manga written and illustrated by Akane Shimizu, serialized in Monthly Shonen Serious from January of 2015 to January of 2021. Then there was an anime adapted by David Production from July of 2018 to February 2021. So David Production, they do JoJo's, Fire Force, and then there's even an anime for Monster Hunter. And also it was also produced by Aniplex. So Aniplex.
Yeah.
So my first question to you guys is, we'll start for you, Effy, bro. Cells at Work. What did you think, bro?
Honestly, I thought it was a very interesting show, given the fact that it gave still the anime woodwork of its, main consumption of the whole show.
Yeah.
But it still gave you like educational background on medical cell talk and stuff like that. And there was a lot of things I still remember from school that, that I related to. And I was like, oh, wow, that is so true. Like these cells actually do this or they do that. And it was honestly very, very interesting to watch the show, coming from, watching other anime that everything's more like shonen, more fighting, and just coming to like a halt when it comes to this is way different.
Yeah.
So
well, they still had like, a lot of action. And
they did,
half.
but it's different when it was a more educational anime than it was like, a plot story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Each episode is teaching you something different.
Yeah. What about you, Kid Lewis? How do you feel about this?
I agree with
bro?
Effie. Like it's like, how can I say, like you get these characters and like they try to make it still like an anime, you know what I mean? Like in the sense of like the gore of anime, because they do like chop these germs or like viruses up, and the way they make the germs and the viruses look is so animated. Like,
they look like,
you know what I mean? They look like Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
you know what I
they
mean?
do. Yeah.
So I think it's like really dope, but at the same time, like you said, like sometimes like if they introduce a new character or a new cell, whatever that cell name is, like it will pop in about them, like what it does.
Yeah, when they bring
you know
it
what I mean, or like why. What's the purpose of that cell? You know what I mean? So like you have a better understanding of like what they're doing in that show or like in that episode. And every episode is different. Like every episode they like
deal with like an illness.
Yeah, they deal with different illness or different bacteria or a different, I don't know, type of infection process and stuff like that, and
antigen or whatever,
and how the body like reacts or like tries to correct that.
No, for sure. How
about you, X? What you think?
I love it, bro. You already know I love it. I try to put this on our top 10 anime, and I think I should have fought for it a little bit harder, bro.
It's good.
Tell me.
I don't think it's like top 10, bro.
What's holding back from top 10? Can this ever be a top 10?
I don't think so. It's just more like an educational, fun anime.
But it's done so well. Like
it is done well. Like I don't think it's like, oh my, like there's like maybe one or two things that I think medically wise it was a little bit incorrect.
Okay.
But besides that, like everything was done well, and the way they represented each cell, like it's a fun way. It reminded me of like what's that show that I used to watch as a kid? The ones where they jump into like a school bus,
Magic School Bus,
the Magic School Bus, and they would shrink and they go inside the body, and then they would learn like the process. Like, that's what it reminded me of. Like I feel like this anime, if they didn't have like the gore of killing the germs, it could have been like an easy a PBS anime show.
Yeah, or another Osmosis Jones, just anime style.
Yeah. That's what I like about it. So I love episodes where they go into the body, and I do have a couple of examples, but I don't know, man. Like I do think that this, and it's definitely biased just because like I like that kind of stuff off the court, but then I like the focus of they do try to make it a very educational and very true. So there isn't like if there's a plot twist, it has to serve medically. Right. Like it has to be like, oh, I didn't know that this happened, or this is a side effect of this, or there's like and it's kind of short. There's only 2 seasons, but doing research for this episode, there's a lot more cells at work. I don't know. I like the challenge of making it fun but still making it educational.
Yeah.
But so favorite characters, favorite moments.
I have a favorite character And I think it's weird because of that episode and the way they try to play it. It's the cancer.
The cancer.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Character.
That's your favorite character?
I love that episode. I really do. I think out of all the 12 episodes, that was my favorite. That cancer episode.
That was a good battle.
And it's just because, the battle was good. The cancer cell episode, or the cancer, he reminded me a lot of Tokyo Ghoul, the main character, how he had like the white hair, the extra arms that came out of his back.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of like Tokyo Ghoul.
It does give you that type of vibe now that you think about it. The wings and all that.
Yeah. So I thought, I was like, yo, this is like they kind of ripped us off from Tokyo Ghoul. I'm like, what? I swear to God, because they just reminded me of it. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, especially like the eyes and all that.
I like the ending though.
Right.
Like the ending, like when he was about to get killed by the killer cell, he was like, he was like, the killer cell was saying something like, "Oh, what are your last dying words or something?" And the cancer cell was like, he's like, "I didn't choose to be this way." You know what I mean? I didn't choose to be abnormal. I didn't choose to be a defected cell. Like that was just given to me. And like, I don't have a purpose besides just like taking over, you know what I mean? Or like corrupting the rest of the other cells. Like I guess that's my purpose, but that's not what I chose. And then like, I think the killer cell was like, well, this is my job to kill you, to eliminate you. You know what I mean? And, or what's it called? There was another one that kept calling the NK cell.
Yes, like natural killer cell.
The natural killer cells. And she was like, OP. She was like, oh, you think you got me? She was like, I was like, yo.
Yeah.
It was a great episode, man. But like towards the end, you kind of felt some type of sympathy. Like,
did it remind you of like Demon Slayer about how like they cry over every demon?
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God. Because they did kind of cry over him, or at least the red blood cell.
But it made sense. Like he was like, I was born a kid. Like you can see him as a kid. He was like, I was just a defective cell. Yeah, like that's not my fault. You know what I mean? And automatically y'all just killing me. Like and they're like, well, that's our job. Like that's our purpose, is to get rid of it. And he's like, well, then what is my purpose? And he's like,
it is a sad destiny to have gotten in that sense. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
At least life is not fair. Pretty much is what it's saying. But you just got to go with the punches.
Yeah, but he had to go. So I thought that was sad. I was like, damn, I kind of feel bad for cancer. Like,
oh my God, whatever. Fuck cancer.
And here's Xavier like, here's some chemotherapy. Fuck you, cancer.
Hell yeah. Fuck that nigga cancer, bro.
Cancer's like, no, Xavier.
Bro,
I didn't wish to be like this. I was just born into this world.
Yeah.
So I do love like the white blood cell and the red blood cell. I like their dynamic. And I even like their dynamic in the other shows too, because there's other spinoffs. But I just love how fucking crazy the white blood cell is. Like when he shows up on the scene and those like hard eyes that he does,
those cold,
dead
soul, like dead eyes.
Yes,
like, I'm just here to do my job.
Yes, and he fucking like will gut you.
He don't hesitate, but that's the whole point of like the white blood cells. He's a neutrophil.
Neutrophil.
Yeah, he's a neutrophil. So
they definitely are always
into that. They break it down because you have neutrophils, you have basophils, and there was another one that's they represented as a girl, and she had like a fucking
she's a eosinophil, so she's the ones that usually fight parasites.
Yeah,
those are the types of
But she's like the weakest out of all the white blood cells.
Yeah, but when it comes to parasites, she's OP, clearly.
So, like, I thought that was funny. I'm like, bro, I love how they play into this. Like that part, I get, like, why you're saying it's such a good anime.
It's good, man. It's
top 10, though? No.
That's in my top 10, bro. What about you, Effy? What favorite characters, favorite moments?
At least, definitely, I do love the white cells because they're just, like, always, like, on the roll in the sense of, like, where the front line
like the killer cells.
With
the black hat.
I do.
Killer T cells.
I like it. But the thing is, when it comes to me, I have also a soft side, and then that's what I kind of like compared myself to the actual character, and I think me and him have more to compare because sure, I can have like that natural instant kill vibe, but at the same time, I can also be calm and collected and still have like, I guess you say, more of a warm heart.
Yeah, because he kind of does love. You're talking about the white blood cell, right?
Correct. Yes,
he loves that. All right, I don't know. I always think of them as like a couple.
Yeah, at least they have some type of symbiotic relationship going on.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But the thing is, in every single sample of blood, you also have your white blood counts, and all that stuff. So it would be, I guess, ideal for have some type of relationship. But what I was trying to tell you guys is that what it's, I think, medically incorrect is that she will always outlive him, because technically in the medical talk, red blood cells live longer than white blood cells. So,
but red blood cells have like, and that's the funny thing too, because they red blood cells only live up to like, I think 140 days or 130
yeah,
days.
it's like anywhere between 100 to 120 days.
So after that, like, so they're like short lived,
right?
Know what I mean,
and then
but white cells are even shorter.
They live anywhere between 3 to 20 days at most. At the end of the day, they'll never get to see each other like that, in a sense. They'll always die off.
Well, she did say like in the first episode, she's like, "Will we ever see each other again?" And he was like, "No." And then she was like, "Well, damn." He's like, "Well, I mean, we'll see each other. Like, we'll still cross by it because like
and
white
see
blood
each other
cells
for the
and
next
red
10
blood cells,
episodes. Yeah, fine."
But yeah,
but the fact that he just said it so like, no.
Yes, he's
funny.
a killer, man. He's sick, bro. He's fucking sick. I love all the cells. I just love how educational, and
I love the platelets.
It's
They're
not
so
like,
fucking.
yeah, they're so cute.
Right?
They're like, we're working on this.
Yes.
We're trying to plug it up. I was like,
the road is closed.
You guys
kind of divert.
or where they come with when they have that staph infection, they're like, "Do you guys have your clotting factors?" It really is. They put it on point. It's cute,
right?
Yeah.
They become assholes on the second season, though, because of the real. We'll go into the second season a little bit. I don't know if you got a chance to watch.
No, I haven't seen the second season yet.
I think second season is even funnier.
Funnier than the first season?
Yes.
I don't know. So okay, let's go into the next thing.
Did you talk about your favorite character and favorite moment?
I kind of love them all, man. My favorite characters and moments actually come from the spin-off of Cells at Work Cold Black.
So you did like that.
So I did like that. That one is my favorite. I do like how cute and whimsical the first season is. Their footing.
Cold Black got just darker.
Cold Black is so dark. Like, it's depressing. I think if you haven't seen it, I think you would like it a lot.
No, I've seen. Oh, why?
Because you like dark shit, bro. You like that fucking depressing shit.
I did see it. That's what I meant too. I didn't see the second season. I meant Cold Black. I thought Cold Black was the second.
No, so there's season 1, season 2, and then there's a separate one.
Okay. So then it's Cold Black that I like. That I thought it was more funnier.
Yeah,
because there is
the second season
episode,
is pretty funny too. Of
well, I wouldn't know because I didn't get a chance to watch the second season.
No, they
went from
they
season
definitely
1
into it.
to Cold Black.
It's way darker. The cells are a lot older and depressed and tired.
But there's a reason why.
Yeah, because it's an unhealthy person. Like, so in Cold Black,
that makes sense.
Yeah,
the body's overworking.
He's a smoker.
He's a drinker.
He's a drinker.
He has like acid reflux.
The walls are a lot like dirty, like
darker.
He has a bunch of
hardened walls, pretty much.
Yeah,
plaque building up, and then
a bunch of stuff.
He has this functional erectile.
Oh my god!
Which they had an episode on that one. That's my favorite episode from Cold Black because I thought it was hilarious. And the fact that like he get the red blood cell gets to go to see like the baby making part, and like they have like they're making the sperm basically.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Oh, they're so cute," and he was like, "Yeah." So they were either give life or they will just like dissipate from pleasure.
Just to release the
so now that, so we were talking about the character being more unhealthy. So what do you guys think the first season character was? Like, were they like a teenager? What do you think?
Well, he was getting a bunch of like I think he had some type of like respiratory problem because a lot of the germs that were coming in was like what is that virus that you get, pneumonia?
Yeah.
Pseudomonas.
I think a lot of those germs were that because they were even encapsulated too. Like in the first episode, he had like a shield and he's like, "Oh, he's a capsule germ." Or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the white blood cell had like the net that he would put.
Yeah.
I think to answer your question, I think it was like a young person because if I'm going off of the spinoffs,
the spin-off was
how fucking like laser pointed they get. I would assume that it's a guy and that it's just like a young guy.
Right.
So because in Cold Black, all the platelets are still young, but they're not babies. They're like kid age.
Right.
So like 10, 11, 12. So I think if we're just reflecting it off the cells, I think about that age.
Probably like a teen, yeah. Because at least in the latest episodes, as you get, they start off with the illnesses, and then it works all the way to like heat stroke. So either this kid, like you're saying, it could be that he is very sick and he gets frustrated in the sense like he wants to go outside and play with his friends, but since his body's not accustomed to the going outside, hence he gets a heat stroke. So
do you kind of wish that they would focus on the people that they're living in, kind of like in an Osmosis Jones, how we got to see Frank.
The actual
at least it would be cool to do that, you
Yeah.
know. But then, like I said, it would probably be more like a copycat of Osmosis Jones. But then again, still, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think I like the aspect of like, as a nurse, you get to figure out like what kind of person it is, like how we're talking
Yeah, how we're talking about it, yeah.
without actually seeing a person. Or like you said, like on the spinoff, we know that the person's a smoker.
Yeah, and we only get
He
that
has-
from them talking about it. You like you never
But
see
either
the
if
guy.
they didn't talk about it, like if you knew the process or like why they were getting sick, you would start to like pinpoint kind of like diseases, like this could be like a 50-year-old male that has
Right.
Well, because in Code Black, at least in the smoking episode, they talk about how this person used to smoke and then they quit, but then like 20 years later, he's smoking again. So they talk about that, but you never actually get to see the guy.
Yeah.
They with the heat stroke episode, the whole fucking place is hot and they're battling against that. But then out of nowhere, he gets injected with IV.
IV, yeah. You
So-
see, it comes out in like the sky.
Yeah,
it's
they pray
oh my
for
God.
rain, and then it rains. So like, would that be kind of cool to see him like in the hospital?
Oh, yeah,
or,
that'd be
how he
pretty
gets
cool.
there or whatever.
No, but I just like the concept that like you have to paint the picture.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I think
that's how it is in medical school.
it is,
Because
we
you're like,
do.
you're presented with a 58-year-old patient that
On
is
paper.
here. Yeah, on paper, like is here with a high temp and has this and has that, a history of this and that, and then you have to paint a picture with the patient.
You have
might
to
look
be the
like.
medical detective.
Yeah. No, I think so. I think it does aid the show that you don't get to see the guy. I think it would be kind of cool, especially like with spinoffs and things like that. But I don't know. I'm thinking more of like an Osmosis Jones, and so I kind of do want to talk about Osmosis Jones and then, but just so there's spinoff mangas. There's a crazy amount of cells at work. So they have cells at work bacteria, cells at work neobacteria, cells at work lady, where they focus on a lady and she goes through lady problems.
That's cool. Like the menstrual and then
Yeah,
the
and
hot
like-
flashes. And
cells at work platelets, where they talk like focus or laser point on platelets, how they repair more than just scabs. They go into like the whole
that's
thing.
cool, man.
Cells at work baby, where they talk about like it's like not a gestating baby, like a young baby, how they grow real quick and how they go through a lot of changes.
Right, yeah.
So these are all spin-off mangas. And those are just some that I named, but there's a crazy amount. There's current ones. Earlier this year, 2024, January, we have Cells at Work Cat and Cells at Work Medicine. So those are the ongoing Cells at Work that's going on right now, manga. And the only real spin-off that they have is Code Black, but
Like animated.
Yeah.
No, but still, bro, I think it's cool though. To me, it sounds more like an educational thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, they try to make it fun. So how they have it, like Cells
yeah.
at Work Cat, and you have to have like some sort of like appreciation, and people are gonna
especially
call
if
you
you're
out.
a vet or like you want to be a vet or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, this is like a cool anime to get into. You know how we talked about like there's an anime for anybody and everybody. You just have to find it.
Right.
So, like if you're big into medical, like this is your anime.
Yeah, I used to be.
Definitely.
This is my anime. This is why this is my top 10, bro.
Or if, like, say you like cooking, Food Wars is probably one of the best ones to get into.
Well, if you
Yes.
like cooking and some boobs,
Right.
Food Wars is it.
Food Wars. Come for the cooking, stay for the boobs.
Yeah, pretty much.
So how'd you guys feel about it being medically accurate? I wanted to ask you, Effy. 'cause you-
Medically accurate. I think it was pretty medically accurate. At least when it came to like all their processes, like white blood cells are always the first ones to go into any type of bacteria or virus interaction. The natural killer cell, that's her job, is to kill cells, at least the cancer cells. The killer T cells also, they are like top dogs, are more aggressive. Definitely showed aggressive in the anime. And then there's the B cell,
Which
when
produces
especially in the battle with the influenza. He was like, hey guys, I finally have the antigen for, influenza type B. So he comes out and everybody starts winning the battle. So it's really like, it portrays exactly how the body behaves, trying to get education to try to combat viruses and bacteria. I think it did a pretty good job on that.
On that episode, it was funny because once they killed all the when the B cell starts like hitting him with the antigen gun,
Super Soaker.
Super Soaker.
killing him, right? Cool. And then everything, and then when
Very
they find
cool.
out it was like pneumonia type A or something like that,
Yeah,
like, it
it
said it
was.
on his little cap like
Yeah,
A. They were like,
type
"Oh
A.
shit!"
This is type A.
And then, and then the B cell was like, "Yo, I gotta go because I gotta figure out this." New
I gotta add it to the.
I gotta go. My super soaker ain't working.
Everybody's
no
like,
more.
where you going?
I fucking love
He's
that
like,
show,
I gotta
bro.
create new antigens. I'm out.
Yeah, because even remember one of the killer T cells, he activated, so he got like really swole, like if he was like the Hulk,
Right,
and then he
right.
went to go punch him, and he just like get away.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny.
No, for sure. How do you guys feel about edutainment? Do you feel like it maybe is too educational educational.
I think that's the whole point.
That's the whole point. But like, as far as like outreach, like, how do you feel about edutainment in general? Like, we love anime, so this was a little bit easier. But how do you feel about? You said you liked Magic School Bus, but
Yeah, like growing up.
yeah, but I don't know. Do you think that?
What's the question you're trying to ask me, bro?
Do you think it is too
Educational?
or how do you? Yeah, too educational. Or how do you
So,
feel
like,
about
not
edutainment?
leaning
At least
towards the anime part of it, like
Like, is that the reason why it's not in most
My top-
people's top 10?
It
Like,
might
do they
not-
need to be more shonen, like, to get out there like that?
No, because I feel like the whole purpose of this anime is education. Like, if it wasn't education, then they're just play into like, oh, this is the red blood cell, white blood cell, and like they might get together and have a kid or something like that. But we know, like in the real world, that
They can't.
They can't. That's not how it works. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So they lean towards that educational side, which
But
is cool.
You had a question, or you had brought it up, or you tried to bring it up before, about how nobody has like a first name. Like, should they
And I think
add
there's a
more
reason
anime?
why, because they're not trying to make it into like this story. It's not like a story between two cells coming together. It's
Yeah.
a story about how the cells work to protect the body, to fix the body, to maintain it and homeostasis. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, that's the whole purpose of the show. But to me, I would feel like if you're not into medical, like if you're not into like learning about the body, this is gonna be a boring ass anime for you.
Yeah,
You might like the fights just because that's the anime portion of it, but that's about it. That's why I can't say it's top 10.
because what is it missing?
Like an actual
Story?
I think the show is very the viewers, it's not for everybody, you know, it's more to a specific type of audience is where the show is directed to. I think that's what it is.
But that's where they bring the anime part of it. You know what I mean? Like the actual, like the combat and then like them fighting and then the comedy stuff of it.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
just to appeal to some of the viewers. But at the end of the day, like the main focus here is like learning about the cells.
Yeah. No, I
You get
get
what I'm saying?
I agree.
So if you're not into learning or if you're not into like
I
sitting
feel
down
like-
and figuring things out,
I
like,
think that will turn a lot of people off.
it turns because it's not like one of those animes where you can just lay back and just like dumb down your brain and just watch them fight. Like,
Well, you
like we
can.
talked
Like, you don't have to
about-
take notes, you know, like you
No.
can kind of like, you know, see what's going on and be in it. Like, you don't also have to have pre-existing knowledge about what cells do if they get the flu or all these different things. Like, you can kind of, you know, sit with it.
But it just makes the show so much better when you
Right.
do have that medical knowledge,
Right,
because
right.
then you do understand what's going on and you're like, oh, that's actually pretty funny. Like, I like
Yeah.
that play on.
Right.
And you enjoy it better. Like, I think that's why it's your top 10, because you actually know what these cells really do in the real
Yeah.
world.
And
so
not-
then
and
you
not
apply it
everything
in anime,
either.
you're like, oh, damn, that's actually pretty fun. It's fun.
Yeah, no,
didn't think about
I definitely learned things as well watching. Like, I don't know everything about like these cells, but definitely it is fun to see it and, you know, have the pre-existing knowledge.
Yeah, at least it just makes it easier to like kind of like oh my god, like, you know, like a, you know, a light bulb switch in your head type of thing.
Yeah. So biology teachers in high school affiliated with China's Southwest University were so impressed with the accuracy of the series that they actually assigned it as homework to their students.
That's
Wow.
cool, man.
So I know in Japan, because you're saying like, you know, if it is like it's too gory for it to be on PBS, you know, after like Sesame
But
Street.
it's still educational. Like,
Yeah. So it was voted the most bloody anime by the UK Blu-ray release. So when the Blu-ray released in UK, they titled it like the most bloody anime. But that's because all the characters are blood.
yeah.
So,
That was a good play. I mean, it was bloody because every time they killed the germs, it was
And
like
they also had
gush
blood,
with
yeah.
blood.
Right,
But they were actually blood though.
Fuck it.
yeah. So
And the white blood cells are always covered in like,
In
'cause
white.
they're white,
They're
and
white.
then they're like covered in blood.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah.
But I get that play on like it's the
That was
bloodiest.
no
because
pun
they're-
intended, right?
But so let's go into the video games and movies. Video games. So there is a tower defense mobile game that they had from November 2018 to January 2020, but it has since been terminated. They also have point and click adventure games. I think they're mostly like flash games. Besides this tower defense game, no real games for cells at work. And I was trying to look for like Osmosis Jones type of like in the body games, but
I
a
think
lot of
they're-
them are just educational.
I was gonna say I think there was a PS2 game on Osmosis Jones.
Was there?
I think so.
There was one for the Game Boy, but I don't know if there was one for the PS2.
There's always one for the PS2.
right.
You can't-
What did PS2 not have, bro? Come
Yeah,
on.
it's true. What did they not have?
I mean, it would be cool to have like an educational game, but that leans more into the action versus like, because like I said, a lot of them are just like point and click games.
So like, what would the game be like? Like an RPG where you have like the white blood cells and all the different types of them, and then like you're presented with a bacteria or a virus, and then you choose which best.
Yeah, which one of your
Which one
players
cell to attack with, right?
yeah, like if you attack with the white blood cell, it might not do as much damage if you did it with like the killer T cell.
Right.
So I think that would be kind of cool, but then lean into the action though, because a lot of the shit that I've seen is just kind of like educational, and that's the strength of the show. But I think also like maybe even second or competing for first is the action. That action it's not intricate like how Ultra Instinct. Wow, how did he dodge that? And then you go into that. Like it is very straightforward. And then it's narrated as well. So Hunter x Hunter has a lot of narration, but they leave the narrating for the beginning and the end, not the moves. Not like they tell you the story in the story. Versus this, you kind of need the narrator to explain what's going on.
Yeah.
So, and then with movies, they do have a stage play that released in Japan November 2018, but there was also a movie that came out in theaters, released in Japan September of 2020, based on the 5th volume of the manga. In March 2023, the producer of the original manga and Flag Pictures announced that they're going to be working on a live action.
Oh,
so
you know what I was just thinking? You know how that you said they have like a bunch of spin-offs, like the manga?
Yeah.
I was thinking they should do one for diabetes. Cells would fucking hate to be in that body.
Oh, yeah. That actually would be pretty good.
Diabetes.
Damn, yes. They would fucking hate. Like, the amount of overwork.
Your body does.
You just see the cells just smoking like, fuck, bro.
So we were talking.
We can't heal this. And platelets are just fucking like, bro, I'm done.
Smoking candy canes.
That's true, though. Bro. Like, you have like so many, like, for example, in the show, they do have like a lot of like sweet stations because, red blood cells like sweet glucose.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, in this body, it'd be like, yo, there's too many freaking sweet shops.
I know. Everybody's fat or whatever.
Everybody's fat. Yeah. Everybody looks like, let's say, like a Wally. Yeah. They're just kind of like roaming around like Wally.
So I know we were talking about how they don't really have like a narrative. Like they, you have like the red and white blood cell. Will they, won't they? For the most part, it is just villain of the week. But at least in Code Black, they have like some kind of like storyline. Like they have the episode where he has sex and then they do that. But then after that, he gets like an STD. He gets gonorrhea.
Oh shit.
I forgot about that.
So that's like the next episode. And
they couldn't fight it off. They were like trying to fight it off. And it just kept coming.
So they do have like some sort of like through line. And as the shows, go on and on to the mangas, they do get better at it. So I think they could do like a diabetes episode where this guy
would be awesome.
Does like a 7-day week and with being diabetes
and just being diabetic and constantly checking blood sugar.
Where he needs insulin or he has too much and then he has to like the
liver
eat
can't do what it has to do.
Yeah, because I don't think they showed any like the insulins in there. I don't know if I remember, or like anytime they didn't show anything about like the pancreas or anything like that.
There's so much with the body that I just like you said, they need so many spinoffs.
Yeah,
they do.
There's ones that I didn't name, but they have like one with like a muscle cells at work muscle. So that's like they focus more on like the muscle and like this guy's he's working out and he has his rest days and leg days and targeting and all that shit. So
that'd be cool. They do like some muscle cells, like like really muscular cells, like that. Like they kind of like they stay in the muscle at all times. Because like the regular blood cells, they only come in to like deliver the oxygen.
Yeah, to the regular cells. But then what if you deliver like this guy needs a lot of oxygen?
Or a lot of nutrients. You know, that'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So some movies and
they have a movie.
The one that I talked about, it's called "Cells at Work: The Return of the Strongest Enemy." A huge uproar inside the body's bowels.
Wow. Oh, E. coli.
It's on lactic acid.
Oh,
lactic acid bacteria. But
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's from the 5th volume of the manga, and we actually have it in the podcast studio. But just so other movies. So the reason that I like Cells at Work so much, like, because I do like Dr. Stone, and Dr. Stone is more. It is educational, but it does more focus on like the story of
the
like,
anime.
But it's good educational too, because that show was really, really
and it's
good.
Like broad, like it's about like any and everything almost. But Cells at Work is more cellular. You're right. No, really. So there's like this show on Netflix with Killer Mike. He talks about cola and he makes like gang soda or whatever. But yeah, that is just like sugar, water, syrup oil or whatever. Whatever it is. But the reason that I like Cells at Work so much is because I just love episodes of like getting really, really small and then traveling into the body. And like, because that's how I kind of like see a lot of things is like big and small, like macrocosms and microcosms. So it kind of like really, there's other movies where they do a lot of shrinking. So I got some shrinking movies for you.
They have my wife, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes, they do have that one.
So they got Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
We Shrunk Ourselves.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. They have Ant-Man. Ant-Man is like a very shrinking, kind of movie.
They're done with Ant-Man, right?
Oh yeah, they did the 3, I think.
That's it.
Yeah, well, Captain America as well.
The last one was
trash. They have Ant Bully, where it's like that guy, he's an ant bully, and then he becomes an ant.
Yes, I remember that watching that as a kid.
Yeah, and then Downsizing with Matt Damon. Is it Matt Damon? Yeah. Have you seen Downsizing?
Downsizing.
Is that the one?
Oh yes, I remember seeing that. The wife divorced him because she doesn't want to be living. How it gets really small.
Yeah, they become like 5 inches.
A community, of all downsizing people.
Yeah, they try to like solve global warming and overpopulation by shrinking everybody.
And the guy lives in a mansion, and then you can't reverse that too.
Right. Yeah. It's permanent.
The Vietnamese lady. You doctor? You come with me. You come with me. You fix. You fix it right now. I remember that, man. Yeah. But then he lived a good life though. He got to travel. He got to meet like really cool people. It's just to show
would
you,
you
bro,
do
a
it
woman
though,
will hold you back.
Oh,
Don't
man.
let a woman hold you back, bro.
Okay, it's a different podcast. Save it for the Hood Rat podcast, bro.
Hood Rat podcast.
Save it for the Hood Rat podcast.
A woman would bring you down, bro. You see how he left or whatever. She left him independent, and then he started meeting people, interesting people. People were taking him around the world. Like he got to meet like the first original downsized people. Like he probably wouldn't have done that if he was still with her.
No. Yeah, that's what they say. There's always a silver lining to every failure.
Yeah.
Or every negative outcome.
So you would do it? You wouldn't let your woman hold you back from downsizing?
Nah, bro, I would do it.
You would do it?
I know he had a mansion.
Yeah, he had a mansion.
He did sell it off because what was the whole point of him being by himself?
Exactly.
So I kind of see that. So he did sell it off. He lived in a little comfortable apartment, but I mean, he got to meet people, and those people led him to like new adventures. So that's pretty cool.
Because it's so permanent, I don't know if I would do that. I would have to see how it goes. Like maybe like in 15, 20 years, we'll see how the community is, like the downsizing community.
That's crazy that the whole point of the movie was like to show you that like, okay, we downsize, you can become rich, right? You have the possibility of living a really like comfortable life.
Yeah, because they shrink your
dollars. But there's still poor people.
Yeah.
So it's just to show you that no matter how good the economy, no matter how good this like idea is,
you just shrink those people.
There will always be
just shrink the poor even more.
Yeah, there will always be poor people, bro.
3 inches.
And it's 3 centimeters. They have to like go through this fucking hole in the wall, which is racist.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to go through this hole in the wall to basically go into poverty.
Oh.
You have to go like beyond the wall.
I think it's more sizist.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, that's true, bro. And it was all like Mexicans and like Vietnamese people, and I'm like, racist shit, bro. Those are the people clean. Because I was thinking about that. I'm like, so then who's teaching and who's like the janitor and who's like, they still need people for these jobs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like same thing, like who's working at McDonald's? They probably downsize at McDonald's. Who's working in there? If I was going to downsize myself and bring all that money, do you think I'm going to work at McDonald's?
I don't know.
But then, why are you like, is your life that bad? You have to downsize to work at McDonald's? Is your money like, is it even worth doing it?
Upsize, bro. Become a giant homeless person. But so the original like shrinking down and going into the body is like this movie called Fantastic Voyage. We'll put it in the video version, but it's a 1966 film where 4 explorers, 3 lads and a girl, go into this scientist, and he's having like a brain injury or whatever, and they try to fix his brain from the inside. So that whole movie is shot like, with big props that make it look like you're in the blood cells or you're in the muscle cells and all these different things. And they bring spears and they, fight bacteria like they would like a big T-Rex.
I think I've seen this movie.
It's super, super old.
What is it called again?
Fantastic Voyage.
Fantastic Voyage.
I think I've seen it, bro.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's of the time, but and then Osmosis Jones. I used to love Osmosis Jones growing up. The movie, and then they had the show Ozzy and Drix on WB in the morning.
Yes, sir.
I saw it, I rewatched it for this episode, and the idea is there, and it's all, cool and everything, but I don't know. It kind of fell short for me. And
because I feel like Osmosis Jones didn't really play too much into like the medical or like the scientific part of it.
Or
it was
educational.
more of like a fun.
The original movie or
the original movie and the show?
Yeah,
it was just more like a fun thing. It wasn't.
The original movie was more fun, more about the story rather than being like educational.
Because you can always imagine, Jones being the white blood cells, he's the cop.
Right.
You know, and then
Yeah.
Hendrix is the medicine.
Yep.
And then the other guy was just the virus or whatever he was.
Yeah, that
So
one.
it's simple, it's basic, enough to understand those components, but not like detailed like this Cells at Work.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would lean more into it, but then give it more of a visceral, because it was, like I said, on WB in the morning, so they didn't really have like a lot of action, and it was kind of goofy, but it not like, I don't know, not in a way that was very like attractive. And the original movie was just more about, like we were talking about, Frank, like just taking care of yourself. So just take care of yourself, eat right, and then you will live a long life and you won't die of a sickness at, you know, at the age of 50, which is like crazy young to be dying, you know, from like a heart attack. I don't know. I kind of wish that they would bring it back. And then we have Cells at Work, but I don't know. The hip hop, I think hip hop really sold Osmosis Jones. Like,
It's a cool,
The original-
cool cell, bro.
yeah, it was like
Yeah.
Chris Rock at
R&B
first.
type, you know.
Yeah, he was like riding in his car, and like just like the whole soundtrack for that movie was very hip hop. No, maybe even make like a James Brown reference.
I feel like maybe that movie was like made like in Chicago type stuff, honestly. If you give it that feel.
Yeah, I mean it was made inside Frank, but
But yeah, no, but you know, like the way that they
Frank was from
the way with
Chicago,
the
he was from
bro.
Chicago. You can take Frank out of Chicago, but you can't take the Chicago out of Frank. You know what I'm saying?
See the cells.
You can see it in his whole body. I don't know, man. I think they should bring it back, because that is a good way. I think hip hop. I just love hip hop, but I think that is a way to get people excited about like macrophiles and, you know,
Yeah.
blood cells and things like that. Is to just give it that skin and that dressing.
I guess I think what you're trying to say is like remind people how amazing the human body can be.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not something that you tell it what to do. It's already programmed to do
Yeah.
what it's supposed
It's
to.
its own like ecosystem.
But
It's
you
its
have to
own-
remember to do the right thing so it continues doing all that stuff the right way.
Yeah. No, for sure. I just wish. And, you know, because not a lot of people watch anime. And I don't, and it like this show is super
Just
bloody.
weird.
It's too gross to actually have in school. Like if I was a teacher, I'd fucking put this in my class.
You would?
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Cells at Work. I mean,
Maybe they can make one where they just censor the blood
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so
instead of red,
the
purple.
stuff that they deal with, not that it is very adult. I mean, they have an erection episode in Code Black,
Yep.
but as far as like the first story, it is very high level but then once you get to that level, like, you know, showing this in college and universities, like, you know, it's
Yeah,
an
it's like
anime.
adult.
So some people be like, why are we wasting our time watching this?
Right,
It's like,
right. This is like, you know,
Educational. Watch it.
It's like, where's the PowerPoint? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, really.
Powerful.
So I think it's a good supplemental, you know, material where you can go over it and then say, you know, also watch this. Like, if you know, it's fun.
But some people learn like that way much better than like visual learning.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
and they
saying. I
break
think
it down
at an age,
versus
at a young age, though,
PowerPoint.
It's true, yeah.
I think that's why it would be nice
it's
to
so
show this
boring.
to like teens.
Yeah,
and
because
get
when
them
you read
excited.
this shit, it's boring, bro. Like learning
Oh, the
about
textbook?
cells and rhombosomes and
I know
the way they make energy and the
I know the mitochondria, the
and-
powerhouse,
and
the
the-
powerhouse.
Honestly,
It's a bodybuilder like a powerhouse.
Yeah.
powerhouse, yeah. Like,
But you see, but like as
yeah.
like a visual thing, then you
it'd be
start
fun.
putting like, you know what I mean? Like you start visualizing these characters and then you start putting their names to it and the purpose and then what they do. And then you remember an episode, you're like, wait, he did this.
He did
Fuck
Yes.
yeah, that's
the answer. But you have such a point because even though, let's say, for us people who are interested in medical, they definitely have that type of geeky, more,
Yeah.
you know,
You kind of have to want to.
you have to want to write. So at least even for me, even though I like not science and all that, Anatomy 1 was one of the hardest like to push towards. Like now, once you get to Anatomy 2, it's more like Cells at Work because it's describing more what the body does. Because Anatomy 1 is all about like, you know, the body.
Vocab and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just
Learning
more
all the
like
words.
bones, muscles. There's nothing really like showing. It's just more of remembering stuff.
Right,
That's it.
Right.
the names.
The names, yeah.
I just think that something like this would help you remember, like songs. Like I can remember songs almost word for word that I haven't heard in like 10 plus years just because of like how catchy it is. So, but to make that into something like this, like where it's educational, I just think that would fucking be dope.
But I think the beauty with this anime too is like I haven't studied this stuff like too much and it's been such a long time.
Yeah.
So like there was even times where I was like re-googling things like wait,
Yeah.
what does this mean or like what is this or like and just to like reopen my mind to like oh yeah like because there was like certain things in that episode I was like wait, what is that cell? Like what I know it tells you like what it does, but like you kind of Google to go like more in depth. Like
Yeah, well, I mean that just is a mark of a good show where it makes you also interested in.
yeah, like do a
To
little
want to
research.
do research, yeah.
Yeah.
That is also good too, yeah.
So there you go, you know.
And I love Magic School Bus. They only have like a couple episodes where they actually go into people's bodies, but primarily they're like in the ocean or over here and, in space under the ground. But they do have a couple episodes where they go into the body, and those are fucking fire.
I think they made a live action. Right?
They redid it. I think it's CGI. It's on Netflix.
I know. Like I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, we're like Miss Frizzle. And I just love Miss Frizzle. Like she always has like kooky outfits on, and one day she'll come in with like a solar system dress.
That's right.
And like a helmet that is the solar system. I just love that show, and it kind of reminds me of like Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he needs to connect with a rapper and fucking bring Cells at Work into America, like an Osmosis Jones, Cells at Work, Magic School Bus, Extravaganza.
What a hip hop vibe. I feel like as long as it has some hip hop, you're like, here's my money.
Yes,
here's my money.
I know. I am kind of like that. And then there's 2 Futurama episodes. One, Parasite's Lost, season 3, episode 2, where they just go into the body, and that episode's fucking hilarious. I love Futurama. And then there's a recent episode on Hulu, season 11, episode 4, where the same parasites, but then it's more like Dune. So it's a Dune parody, but Futurama. So they get real small, and then they go into a sandbox. And then also Rick and Morty had an episode, season 1, episode 3, that doubled as a Christmas episode and a Fantastic Voyage episode, where they get small and they go into like this Santa Claus, the Anatomy Park.
I'm trying to remember that episode, man.
It's an amusement park inside this guy. You would go into this, you'd shrink and then go into this amusement park,
right?
But it's
inside the body. That's interesting.
I don't know, man. Cells at Work, I just love it. I love it. It's my favorite kind of show.
Top 10.
If it had hip hop, I would put it in my top 5.
You just want a character to just have a hip hop vibe like Osmosis Jones.
Just the show. I just want the show to have like, that's
what you want them to play K-Dot in the background.
Hey. The K-Dot cell.
The K-Dot cell.
Yeah. So overall thoughts, Cells at Work? What do you guys think?
Overall, I think it's a great anime. It's worth the watch, especially if you're into the medical stuff or just into like how the body works, because they explain it pretty well. They're pretty like 99% is accurate. Like there's like maybe 1 or 2 things that you can call out, but it's nothing like huge, like nothing that would ruin the whole show for you. It's great. I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I give it a 9 out of 10 as well. At least I know you like it because it's like your top 10 and all that.
Right.
But I think it would definitely be in the top 10 category of real life, like relating real life to anime shows, like Food Wars. That one would be another one too. Cells at Work.
Yeah, and actually, I did a project. I meant to put it in high school for anatomy and physiology. We did a project where we did like a Magic School Bus where we jump into somebody's body, and I'll have our editor Oscar put it in the video, but it is fucking hilarious.
All right, man. Let's move on to the last section of the day.
What's the last section, bro?
What we're reading, what we're playing, what we're watching. So let's start with you, Effy.
Oh,
since you're the main guest, man.
Hey, bro. What you reading? What you gaming? What you watching, bro?
So gaming, haven't been gaming. Reading, haven't been reading that much either.
So you must be watching something then.
Well, actually, I just finished watching Solo Leveling.
Oh, did you?
I did, and I thought I was waiting for it to all like binge. I like to binge watch.
I know, I did the same.
So I waited for it and then I was like, finally, all 12 episodes, all to myself. And I think it was such a good like anime to watch. They really did good with it.
What made it so good for you?
I think the fact that how he was so weak but that never giving up type of will.
What did I say?
And then that also too, like once he became like he started progressing into like getting stronger. I don't know, his voice, his demeanor, his like
he changed.
He just
we did a whole episode on Solo Leveling. That was our last episode.
Yeah.
And I literally said that the reason I think people like it so much is the fact that you are invested into this underdog.
Yeah.
Person that like literally is called the weakest hunter in the world.
But he's actually the strongest, or will be the strongest.
Will be the strongest, and how he has this demeanor of never giving up. You know what I mean? Like always constantly pushing forward. And then he gets like the option to become a player and basically solo level up by himself. You know what I mean? And
so
then
you're excited about season 2? Or?
Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Seeing him just getting stronger and like his whole wrist changes. You know what I mean? Like his demeanor, the way his
does he
posture,
get Riz though?
He didn't see that. Like, what was it, episode 2 when he got the nurse's phone number?
But that was them giving it to him. I don't know if he rizzed her up. I think he didn't
have to.
He didn't have to. He was just taking off his shirt.
That's how good he
is. That Riz?
It is Riz,
I think it is. Yeah.
I'm out of touch.
That's
I don't know.
natural.
Even I think too, there was like a moment where even he doesn't even realize it's her. It's the sister. No, the sister, the friend's sister. When they're doing the parties.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she it looks like she tries to like get attracted to him too. So yeah, he's definitely getting Riz.
All right. Oh, good shit.
Once you start hitting the gym, you do your 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and your 10K run.
That reminded me a lot of One Punch Man.
Changes. Everything
It's literally the same thing. One Punch Man.
I'm talking to the crowd, bro.
Oh my god, that's what you're here for. You're here for the mainstream, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here for the research.
But yeah, no, just working out, man. I feel like you can see it when people work out, they eat healthier, their whole body changes, even their face changes. They don't even look the same anymore.
No,
yeah, you got the vegan powers, bro. He's vegan now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, still eat meat because you need the protein.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to bulk up. So
is that medically accurate right now?
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna get big from just broccoli and asparagus, bro.
Potatoes, bro. Potatoes.
At least the most important thing is getting your B6 and your B12, which mostly is from, meat sources, eggs. So if you're completely vegan, you won't get those.
No. That's why they're all frail and skinny, man.
Yeah.
They look like they're about to die.
These vegan zombies.
At the end of the day, everything in moderation is always good.
Okay. Not, you don't have to go hardcore and go vegan.
No.
Okay.
All right.
What about you, Kid Lewis? What you reading? What you watching? What you playing, bro?
Damn, man. You gotta give me like a quick second. I feel like I need to start writing this down. You're right on this. You're right on
this. God damn it, man.
You're right on this. Reading? Not much, man. I don't think I've read anything lately, being honest. Watching Invincible.
Oh, yeah?
I finally caught up. Bro, as soon as you told me that they had like 3 more episodes.
Yeah. I don't know how you didn't know.
I knocked them out, bro.
Yeah, what do they do? They only do like 8 episodes at a time, I think.
Oh my god, yeah.
But they're like slowing in this most
recent season, they did 4 episodes and they
took like a 3-month break or something?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I didn't decide to watch it. I only watched it until after it was like completely done.
And then they dropped like 3 more episodes, which
Fire.
Love it.
Fire.
I love it, bro. It's like, what is there not to like about it? And I love the play word of it. Oh, I'm here to see, boom, Invincible.
I love everything about that show, man. That show is fucking fire. That show puts me in a good mood.
It does, man. It's just it's a great show. And I'm telling you, it just reminds me of The Boys.
Yeah, it does. Literally.
Of Gen V. Like I just love that like really dark thing about superpowers and abusing them and then trying to use them the right way and and like the whole talk about ethics, like how people should use those powers in a good way or in a bad way. Like, do they make a good decision? Did they make a bad decision? Is saving one person worth maybe killing 1,000? You know what I mean?
Yeah, or the other way around.
So I love that ethics of like just that darkness too, and then just brutally killing people for no fucking reason.
Dark as fuck, bro.
It's definitely dark, and gore.
And playing
Tekken 8, man. Tekken 8.
Did you get a character yet?
I'm still practicing with Kuma, bro. I think I want to take it real far with Kuma, bro. But I want to add like 2 more characters on my list, on my roster.
Stick to a character.
You want to just do like 1 character? We haven't decided the rules yet.
Right.
And if you're listening to this part, remember April 20th, next Saturday, we are doing our first stream on Tekken 8. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on our IG account.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, it'll be after.
Yeah, you're right. After. Well, if you've already seen it, thank you for watching it.
So we haven't played yet, but let me put some money on this bit right now.
You want to put some money on?
Nah, I don't have to put any real money. We can put some Monopoly debit money. Get some out of my debit card. But nah, man, I'm fucking going for the gold. I'm going for the king. I'm the king of Iron Fist tournament, bro.
So if you're listening to this, you probably already know the results. Right. And if you're listening to this and you saw the stream, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Right.
It's kind of weird to talk in the future sense. But I want to congratulate myself for doing a great job and putting in the work. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I had them on the 3rd round.
Right. Oh man, I hope.
But Xavier threw some water in my eye and it fucked up my game.
Hey man, should have wore your goggles, bro.
How about you, bro? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you playing, man?
All right, so reading, watching, and playing. So I did have a trip recently. I went to Texas for a work conference, and on the plane, I read some Dragon Ball. So just been reading like original Dragon Ball, the physical. I did read a little bit of the Tomie, but I don't know. It was too spooky for me on the airplane. I wanted something fun. I wasn't in the mood to like,
I got you.
be reading this thing. So that's what I've been reading. Just playing a lot of Helldivers. I got my Helldivers night every Thursday night Helldivers. That's when we dive. My game, and they're adding so much to it. Like I feel like
I gotta get into that.
every couple of weeks they add something new, like a new mechanic, and like it doesn't make it like a new game, but it's definitely noticeable. And then also playing some Tekken, like just trying to cement. I'm not worried about you, bro. I'm not worried about JP either.
You're just worried about Fred.
I'm worried about Fred. This is the real future. Let me know.
Look, you gotta be worried about Jam, bro.
Let me know if I beat Fred in the future.
You gotta worry about Jam, man.
I kill Jam too, bro.
No. Jam don't play,
He's good?
bro. He good.
Yeah, he's good?
He fucking good, bro.
All right, well.
I'm hyping you up, Jam, so don't let me down. Don't let me down, bro. No, he's good, bro. And
then watching. So for the family movie night just yesterday, we watched Tuxedo.
Bro, I missed that movie.
Yeah,
that nigga's so
Tuxedo?
smooth.
Tuxedo. So we're doing a Jackie Chan.
Oh, Jackie Chan,
Yeah.
bro. I love that movie.
Yeah.
So smooth with that tuxedo, bro. If I had that tuxedo, woo.
Yeah, you think? I don't know. So
What's your
I
favorite?
would never wear it because my girl wouldn't let me.
No. Well, because on the watch you can do like dance mode.
Yeah,
and
you can do it, bro. It was
it's got
like
a James Brown mode where you can sing
anything
James Brown.
he wants to do, the tuxedo does for him.
you.
Like the fact that he was trying to get into a private party and he managed to like print a guy's like
oh yeah,
what's it called?
the ticket.
The ticket, yeah.
And he managed to like print it out of his little pocket,
copied it,
and he was
type
like,
of thing.
Yeah.
But if let's say you had a suit like that, what would be like the one thing that you have to have? Like you can't have all of it, just one thing.
I think martial arts.
The martial arts part?
Yeah, I would like always be dialed in with martial arts.
Yeah, every time somebody like
nigga, I did happen, man.
It did happen a bunch of times in the movie.
Touched him, he's like,
fucking kicking everybody's ass by accident. He's like, oh, sorry.
He's like, my bad. It's the suit.
It's the suit.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty dope. What about you?
I think I would do the cigar thing. I don't know for the cigarette thing, the lighter.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, he
So-
hated that though.
I know, but I thought it was
That
so
like the
cool.
most annoying thing to like, every time somebody pulled out a cigarette, he was like,
He had some, I know, smooth.
God damn it, stop doing that.
I thought it was so smooth though. I would probably get that.
Yeah.
How about you, bro? What would you want your tuxedo to do?
Probably sing. If I could sing, that'd be dope.
It
fucks with your vocal cords or whatever.
I remember. Yeah, he can
The
change
way
it.
my son described it is that it just turns you into a robot. So it's a tuxedo that makes you a robot. So you can program. It's almost like Matrix. You can program fighting, singing, dancing, all these different things. And the guy Jimmy, he was like already a good driver. That's why he got the job. So outside the tuxedo, you still, retain your skills or whatever. But just the whole thing, just the whole tuxedo. It didn't, the movie didn't hold up as much as I remember it. I remember it being a lot better than it was because it is a little bit sexist too. And there's a couple of scenes that are kind of cringe. But, and it's a little out of character for Jackie Chan. But, definitely, at least for being one of my first Jackie Chan movies, because that's what we're doing for the family movie night. Extrava Jackie Chanza. So
Jackie Chan is such a great, such a great actor. And he's like, I wouldn't say like a god, but he's so well respected in China.
Yeah, no, he's rich and he's humble and he's hardworking. And the best thing about his movies that we found out, because the movie was fine, it was straight, but then the best part of the movie was the bloopers. I just loved all Jackie Chan's bloopers.
He just has fun with it, man.
Yeah, he does. He does all his stunts.
Yeah, no,
It's crazy.
He makes it mad fun.
I saw this video like one time on social media. It was like him and his daughter watching like his old movies.
Yeah, on like a farm or whatever.
She was like saying like, "Oh, Dad, you're so awesome." And then him being old now, he's like getting sentimental because he can't do that anymore.
Yeah, well, he's still making movies. We were looking. Have you seen the movie The Foreigner?
Yes,
oh yes,
bro.
that's such a good movie.
Yeah, that's
So
like a
you
fucking.
take my daughter, I'm gonna take you.
Yeah,
it's like a Tekken movie, bro.
Taken.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it was like a John Wick / Taken movie.
Yeah.
No, it's good, man.
So he's still, he's still out there, or whatever. But the next movie that we want to do is Rumble in the Bronx.
I thought you were gonna do that.
That was good.
We were gonna do it, but I don't know. We had all like me, my girl, my mom had seen Rumble in the Bronx recently, and I guess my girl hadn't seen Tuxedo, and my mom said she doesn't remember it. But so they had already saw Rumble in the Bronx, so we were, we'll save it. But just because, not that I wasn't happy with the Tuxedo movie, but I kind of want that's not a good representation, to my son about Jackie Chan. I'm like, no, he has good movies,
But
good
the
movies.
The Tuxedo movie is more of like a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, but he didn't even do that many many stunts in it. Like the idea is that he's uncoordinated in the beginning, and then besides driving, and then he can do all these different things because he actually is Jackie Chan. But they didn't really like show any of that. It was like,
I think
it was like all sped up and
if
shit.
you really want to show him like a lot of Jackie Chan sense, it's the movie Jackie Chan Strikes Back. That one has so many stunts.
Jackie Chan Strikes Back?
I think it's something like that. Yeah. He's like a cop type of thing, and he's trying to like solve a murder and stuff like that. Helps at least like it's been a while since I've watched it, but he plays with these other that you could say organizations like police forces and stuff like that. And it's really good movie. I think at least he does a lot of stunts there. Like there's like a part of the movie where the guy goes like, I can't catch this guy. He moves like a monkey.
He's nice, man. He's so slippery, and he fucking can like fight you with a chair, and he's jumping around and shit. And
he's like one of those fighters that I always say like he uses a lot of prop. Like he can make anything into like a weapon or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, it's good.
Like,
it's good kung fu.
He just infuses his environment.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like just straight cut like hands and legs and just like you know what I mean. Yeah, like just straight combat. Like he'll like jump from one place and then he'll like jump over a table, but then use the table to like grab that guy's leg and twist it.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Rumble in the Bronx because he just uses
everything. Like
he uses New York to fight New York. I remember I fucking go crazy in that. I was like, oh yeah, he just fights everybody in New York. He's like, sorry, pow, pow, pow. He's fighting you with the door of a fucking refrigerator.
Yeah.
It's super, super nice, super fun. But that's that's on the slate.
Yeah, that's definitely that movie. I would recommend that one.
Yeah. At least watching anything else or
you got any hobbies? Let the people know what you got going on, man.
So I just started doing a photography business, at least slow up work. Doing portraits right now. I'm trying to get more people to do car photography. Just haven't had the clientele or the being lucky to find people with nice cars that I can at least project it out. But mostly right now, I'm just been doing portraits. So I really enjoy the photography of it. I do like nursing, but I think over like the years now, I think nursing has turned into a slave job.
You wage slaving?
Yeah, I like the idea that I can be still a professional. But I just don't think that these big corporations, they don't appreciate their workers like they do. And it's part of the reason why I left one of my other jobs is because they don't appreciate the workers that they have, or like the good team and what it brings to the ER fundamentals. And then you can work better to give a better service to the patients that come in. At the end of the day, that's what you're doing. So why break up that group? Why break up that?
It's all numbers, man. It all falls down to just numbers.
So and then I'm just trying to go with the mantra that everybody's doing in the sense of like trying to create side hustles and different other incomes and all that stuff. So I'm just trying to update myself to the rest of the world in the sense of how the society is trending to that.
That's the way to go, man. And if people want to check out your work or see your profile,
where can they?
They can go to my Instagram. It's classic_Effy.
And we'll have the link below. So definitely check out our boy Effy and his work. If you want photography done, any pictures taken of your cat, dog, cars, or yourself.
Effy's on it. Shop by Effy.
Shop by Effy. Yep.
All right. Well, that's the show. That's the show,
man. That's the show. Let me sign everybody out.
Sign us out, bro.
All right, man. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe, and always put comments below. We're always answering, no matter if your question is nice or dull or whatever. We'll definitely answer it Kate Dot style. And then if you guys are following us on Instagram, thank you. If you're not, definitely follow us on Instagram. That's where we put majority of all of information, what's going on in our lives, what's going on with the podcast, and any future episodes coming up. Check us out on every platform. Oh, on Apple. Definitely write us more reviews. We love reading the reviews. We love shouting it out on the podcast. It's literally one of my favorite parts or section of the podcast. So definitely write us more reviews. Let us know what you think of our podcast. Always 5-star review. The complimentary sandwich. Start with something good, say something negative, and end it up with something good. And thank you to our guest, Effy, for coming through and just being a part of this podcast. And being part of
throwing out words, throwing out terms. Wow. There's an anime with like photography or something. I think that we could have you back doing some shit like that.
Sure, that'd be awesome. At least I'm still learning more of the photography world, and like I know more of its terms now. But that would be awesome too. Yeah, for
man.
Sure.
I'm telling you, man. I'm like just doing the podcast is fun. Like just anytime we have to do a podcast, like I tell Xavier, like I'm always excited for it. And like when we just sit down and just talk, it's just like
it's awesome. It's like so like I don't know, distressing. I don't know. It's just really just nice. It's just like the boys talking.
Yeah.
Just get it off your chest, man.
Yeah,
But sometimes we do have women on the podcast. Though.
Oh, we do. And it's fun too.
It's
You know
fun
what I mean?
too, yeah.
It's fun too. Xavier gets roasted, but it's okay though. But yeah, definitely follow us. Definitely like, definitely subscribe. And like I said, thank you, Effy, for coming through, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Honored.
Fun time. And again, like we say at the end of every episode,
Tune in next time for scenes from the next episode of the Hyperbolic Podcast.
and we're out. Deuces.